Back here at the Coliseum in Atlanta, minutes from tip-off time in championship play for the state AA crown. Now, this tournament has shown many fine ball players, but none quite like 6'1" Tim Christian, who in the game against Rockmart in the semifinals shot 30 vital points, 13 of them in the final quarter, with 4 fouls on him to boot. Christian dominated the game. Defensively, Wayne Hall held Rockmart's Jimmy Wench in check for most of the game. But we could go on and on about that game.
Good afternoon and welcome to this beautiful, momentous day. A great day for all of us here in Newton County, especially being on a man bill. Thanks so much. Let me say also on behalf of the Newton County Board of Commissioners, the Newton County Recreation Commission and its staff, and citizens of Newton County, thank you for being a part of this special dedication. You know, as I look out over the audience, it's evident that so many friends are here to recognize these great men. I see doctors, I see lawyers, businessmen and women, and people of all professions. But Coach, I want you to be rest assured that standing out, make sure no referees or umpires will be here today. And it's my pleasure to introduce a gentleman who's been a big part of our recreation programs over the years. Every time I've been able to ask him to come to call him, he's been great about doing the Reverend Rob Lane of the East Bridge Community Church will give us an invocation.
Exciting play in this rematch game between Newton County's sensational shorties, the Rams of Region 4AA, and Hart County, the runners-up to Newton County in the region playoffs. We'll preview the game and bring you the starting lineups in 1 minute. Back here at the Coliseum in Atlanta, minutes from tip-off time in championship play for the state AA crown. Now, this tournament has shown many fine ball players, but none quite like 6'1" Tim Christian, who in the game against Rockmart in the semifinals shot 30 vital points, 13 of them in the final quarter, with 4 fouls on him to boot. Christian dominated the game. Defensively, Wayne Hall held Rockmart's Jimmy Wench in check for most of the game. But we could go on and on about that game. Hart County is the foe again in this one. In region play, you'll recall the Rams beat the Indians, the Bulldogs. The Rams beat the Bulldogs 50-44, and they are tough. This game, by the way, rematches a pair of former basketball roommates. They're Coach Bill Ensley of Hart County and Coach Ron Bradley of the Rams, both of whom played for Red Lawson over at the University of Georgia. Though Coach Bradley's record at Newton County is 163 wins and 17 losses, there's only one home court loss in 6 years. Nevertheless, he is still looking for a state crown. this could be the year. He and the Rams would like nothing better than to down the defending champions from Hart County. The teams are on the court, and here to call the action, Jim Wesley.
Okay, Jimmy Bridges, and here we go. The tip is controlled by Newton to start the ball game as Burdett and Christian jump at center court, and it goes to Harris. Harris out at the top of the circle to Christian. Christian with the ball. Pulls on. Finally passes out on the right side to Harris. Jumper from out there is good. And Newton County goes out front 2-0 as the ball game gets underway. Ball taken down court. Cleveland to Martin. Lyle Martin takes the ball down court quickly. Jump shot from out on the line is off, no good. Rebound fought for and claimed by Newton at the last moment. Campbell pulls it in to Christian. Christian takes the ball down court quickly. Just into the second quarter, 7 minutes remaining. Christian, a jumper out on the right side is good. This boy can really hit him. 14-13. Hart County leads Newton by 1. This the big one. Tip controlled by Newton. Taken by Wayne Hall. The second quarter actually is ended, and Harris will go to the free throw line for Newton County. There's no more time remaining in the quarter. Coach Bill Inslee signals for his Hart County boys to come off the court. And on at the other end, Coach Ronald Bradley signals for his boys to come on off the court. Harris by himself sinks one. He'll get a bonus. 28-20. Bonus free throw is good. 29-20. That's the way it is at halftime. The score at halftime, Newton County 29, Hart County 20, and we'll have halftime comments in a moment.
As far as the ball game goes, as I said, Newton County is playing the best I've seen them play so far. They are cool out there tonight. They show little pressure, and I know it's on them because they've had a big jinx with this trying to win the tournament and coming so close so many times and not doing it. But they show little and no pressure out here tonight, and indeed have kept the pressure on Hart County throughout this ball game. They look real good, and I'm sure that Coach Bradley had little to say to them at halftime other than keep it up, don't relax. That's a handicap with 9 points lead. This can be a handicap sometimes. You let your guard down, and the other team can catch up with you quickly. But
seem to be bothered. 29-23. Newton by 6. Ball down court by Campbell. Across the timeline. The top of the circle to Smith. On the left side it goes to Christian. To Hall. Hall drives under the basket. Layup shot is good. The basket counts. 31-23. Is brought down by Hall to Smith to Campbell. Campbell on the fast break cannot shoot. Passes back to Harris. 6 seconds to go. Harris breaks for the basket. Far-away jump shot is good from out on the right side. 44-32. Newton leads by 14. The basket counts, and there's a foul. Harris will go to the line with a chance for the three-point score now. Clock stops with 3 seconds to go here in the third period. Christian comes up to encourage Harris. Here's the one free throw. It's good. 45-32. Just 3 seconds to go in the quarter. Martin with a long pass down court. Intercepted by Christian as the quarter comes to a close. Long shot by Christian is no good. Almost good. He just missed it. That's the end of the third quarter of play here at the Coliseum. And the score is Newton County 45, Hart County 32. Martin to the right of the lane. Feeds on the left side to Kidd. A jumper by Kidd is off the rim. No good. Tipped around. Smith gets the rebound. Starts down court for Newton County across the timeline. To the top of the circle. Drives down the lane. Layup shot is good. A beauty, and there's a foul on the play. A beautiful play. Billy Kidd is called for blocking. The basket counts 53-34, and at the line will be Smith. And timeout is called by Hart County. So there's timeout on the court. 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the ball game. The score is Newton County 53, Hart County 34. Tied up Christian very well and avoided a foul. We'll have a jump ball out of the Newton basket. Subs going in for Newton County now. As the starters go out, they have it wrapped up. Everybody in the Coliseum knows it. Free throw is around and in. 67-43. Bonus free throw coming up. is good. As Bloodworth goes out of the ball game, and Eddie Hinton comes in to replace him for Newton. Ball taken down court by Newton County, and we have a foul on the court. A foul on the court as Ken Robinson is called on the foul. And at the free throw line will be Bob Richardson, who drew the foul. Freddie Etheridge goes out of the ball game. He was the one called on a foul, and that's 5 for Etheridge, isn't it, Dick? Right. 5 fouls on Etheridge. Okay, at the line now is Richardson. Shoots his first. It's good. 68-44. Bonus free throw coming up now by Bob Richardson. It's good. 69-44. A minute 22 to go. Ball game comes to a close. It's all over, and it's a great victory for Newton County. AA champs. And there goes Coach Ronald Bradley on the backs of his players. He gets a ride to center court. Final score, Newton County 71, Hart County 49. Some final words in a moment.
Covington, where a victorious Newton County Ram AA championship team is just arriving back home. This is Sunday afternoon, and the band strikes up a beat in the background. All the cheerleaders are on hand. A large delegation of basketball fans is here at the square in Covington, and the team is just being escorted in town. A big motorcade leading them into town right now. At the head of the parade is a police car with a red blinker going, and it's Newton Ram return after a big victorious Saturday night at the Coliseum. Let's listen to a little of the music here as the band strikes it up. The Newton County Sheriff's Department, the Covington Police Department have escorted the team in, and there's Coach Ronald Bradley with his red station wagon and a big sign on the side of it which says Ron's Giants. And here is a smiling Coach Bradley getting out of the station wagon. Mrs. Bradley, both of them looking just delighted, as you can well imagine, returning home victorious after a big win at the Coliseum in Atlanta on a Saturday night. Their wonderful defeat, 71-49 over Hart County. And here come Coach Bradley and the boys. They'll all be escorted to the rostrum, which is set up here on the square, and we will be switching over there to pick up the welcoming and so on, and talk from several of the folks here in the Newton County area. Coach Bradley is being congratulated by a number of the basketball fans as he waits for the rest of the motorcade to get in and all the boys to get out of the car. They'll assemble, and we'll go up to the rostrum here on the square, and they understand that there will be a presentation. I think that flowers will be presented to Mrs. Bradley, and all of the boys will, of course, be recognized. This is a big day in Covington, in Newton County, the first time in history that the Rams have won a state championship. And, of course, they did it in the Coliseum against Hart County. A terrific game, and the fans have certainly turned out here this Sunday afternoon to welcome them back. In just a few moments, we'll have the welcoming address from the rostrum, which is set up on the square. Right now, a series of pictures are being taken. All of the fans who have cameras have turned out to take pictures of the coach and of the boys. They're just all looking as happy and delighted. Homer Sharp has just gone over and shaking hands with Coach Bradley and all the boys, and it's a real happy occasion, a real victory celebration here in Covington. And we'll be switching now in just a moment up to the rostrum for the welcoming ceremony.
All right, Miss Bradley, get over here, too. Let me see the pretty flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, Mayor Harris called me and asked me if I'd come and say a few words of welcome to the returning state champions of basketball AA in Georgia. And I know that I had the impression that he would preside and that he'd just call on me for a few words of welcome, but we are